Hi everyone, my name's Bill and I'm an alcoholic. Today's share is called Yes or No. The best of times in my drinking were good. They were really very, very good. Where not every day was catastrophic. Not all nights ended in tragedy and bad feeling. But as the years rolled on, dubious patterns of obnoxious behaviour and ill feeling became not too obvious to ignore. Lost friendships, continual arguments, drinking in dark, dingy places, ongoing resentments and a mountain of fear were what came to define my life. They were all signs that I tried to ignore. I pretended they didn't matter. But over and above all of these was one thing that defined my drinking, and it stands out above all else, yet I could never see it. It defined my childhood. It defined all the years after it. It defined my growing up. It defined how I went to work, how I lived in my family, how I existed in this world. And it was this. I was never happy with myself. I never once felt at one with the world around me. Trying to live with the past while seeking better in the future are two areas that don't bode well together. It's like mixing oil and water. I was taught in recovery that I must move on. I must learn from what was and regain an enthusiasm for what might be. Realising that old tricks don't sit well in my new sober world, where what used to be is not what will be, and what used to be will not make me feel wonderful today. For it's in what I'm doing, it's in what I'm thinking, and it's in what I'm planning today that will change me from the old person I once was to a person I aspire to be. And learning the correct use of the words yes or no are key to sober living. They are the key to my new life. Where saying no is a complete sentence and saying yes to what I find difficult is where change is found. Accepting praise and saying no to unhealthy friendships was just a beginning. Sober living is all about looking for the opposites, where sobriety is about reversing the thrust of what I once thought I wanted into a thrust of what I now need. Never underestimate the power of doing opposites, where going backwards only gives us what we once had, but moving forwards brings us to a brand new platform to stand on. Learning when yes is preferable to saying no is a journey, when saying no brings about new promises, whilst every fibre in my body is trying to shout the word yes. Staying sober is never straightforward, but it's always easier than what I've just walked away from, and that's my drinking. A place where yes to a drink meant the inevitable no's the next day, when saying yes to that drink would have me waking up knowing that the world would never change until I did. Today, in my third decade of staying sober, of sober living and sober existing in this world, I'm using yes and no in more of the right places than the wrong places. But it's a journey without a roadmap, where expectations and experience will determine if I'm getting things more right than I'm getting wrong. So yes, I'm going to carry on trying, and no, I'm not going to tell myself off if I don't get things right all the time. Ultimately, recovery is about where using the word yes is preferable than using the word no, or using the word no is preferable to using the word yes. It's all contained in the Serenity Prayer, where I try to accept the things I cannot change, but have the courage to change the things I can. Getting the words yes and no in the right order, in the right place, coming out of my mouth at the right time, is a journey I'm still on. But it's a journey I'm determined to stay on, so that one day I'll think I've got the words yes and no in the right places a little more often than in the wrong places. Bill the Shirt, Bristol.